Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Flourdamentals. Today we're gonna be covering Puto. Just kidding. Like our other Flourdamentals recipe videos, we're covering lots of basic flour-based dishes or baked goods or things that have flour. We're, using the term very loosely. Today we're gonna be doing another Filipino flourdamental, which is puto. I have 7 ingredients here, which might sound like a lot more than our usual, but again, like all these recipes, it's super easy. I'm just gonna throw everything into one bowl, and then we're gonna give you some tips and tricks on how to make great puto at home. And hope you keep watching. If not, have a nice day. So our 7 ingredients of my little potato here. 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which will be our leavener for the puto, a half a cup of milk, 1/4 a cup of water, a tablespoon of oil, and 1 egg. So this is so easy, it's almost foolproof. First, you're gonna start with your flour and your baking powder. The reason why we whisk those together first, like how you normally whisk dry ingredients first, is just so that the baking powder gets evenly distributed within the flour and you don't have spots of baking powder that aren't well incorporated. So 1 cup of flour to start, and then your baking powder. So this is 2 teaspoons, which is a lot for this amount. The reason why is that that's what really gets your lift and your really light and fluffy puto. So I'm just gonna whisk that together until it's well combined. And then literally just dump in all your wet ingredients or all your other ingredients. So here I have my sugar, milk, and I developed this recipe to be pretty foolproof. So I'm like a lazy cook. I like great products, but I don't really wanna take a lot of effort to get there. So these flourdamentals are really just the most basic pared down versions of these dishes, but with a result that's still really delicious. So an egg, not even gonna beat that beforehand, just beat it in there. And then your oil. And all you're gonna do is whisk this together until it's smooth and combined. The batter will be fairly runny, like a really runny pancake batter or a thick crepe batter. And that's pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna teach you guys how to steam this and we'll eat some puto. So here we have our puto batter, and here I have just an 8-inch cake tin. Of course, generally puto is steamed in those little puto steamers. However, I don't have any of those at home, and I know that that's kind of specialty equipment that not a lot of people might have at home either. So I developed this recipe to be steamed in those little cups for 15 minutes or in one of these for 30 minutes. So here I just have an 8-inch cake tin that I greased with oil. That way the puto doesn't stick and comes out really easily. And then because this is flourdamentals, I'm going to teach you guys how to flour line a pan. So if you lightly grease a pan with oil, instead of using parchment, depending on the recipe, we'll put some flour in here and then lightly dust the pan with flour. This just ensures, again, like a non-stick surface, just so that the puto comes out easily at the end. And I like to do this, it's not that necessary, but I thought I'd show you guys anyway. You just get a small amount of flour and you literally just move it around in the pan like this until the bottom and the sides are coated. And then any extra flour, you kind of just tip out like this, just until the bottom and the sides are coated. Okay. And there you have a flour lined pan. So here you have your puto batter that's rested, and I have here my steamer that's on medium-high heat. All I'm gonna do is pour the puto batter straight in. And you might also notice that this is really nice and loose. That's because we don't want a really tough batter or you get a tough puto at the end. That's like the opposite of what you want. You want your end product to be really soft, really light, and really fluffy. So I'm just gonna pop it in there. How do I do this without burning myself? Then I'm just gonna cover that and let that steam for 30 minutes. See the puto inside. I just put it in. I'll show you guys in 30 minutes. I need my phone to set the timer. So it's been 30 minutes since I put the puto in the steamer. Put the puto in the steamer. Put the puto in the steamer. Okay. And I've turned the heat off and it's been resting inside the steamer for 5 minutes. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a really important step to let the steam and the heat kind of die down with the puto inside. That way, when you remove it from the steamer, it's not shocked at the change in temperature and therefore it doesn't collapse in on itself. So now I'm gonna take it out and show you guys how the puto looks like. So careful, it's still relatively steamy. So you can see the puto here. It's nice and light and fluffy. It's risen almost double, almost triple actually. And you'll see that if you stick a toothpick in it or a barbecue stick, it comes out clean. Here, I'm just gonna run it down the sides, just so it comes out a little cleanly. Flake. Perfect. Nice and loosened, nice and fluffy. So here's our puto. You can see that it's light and fluffy and aerated. How do I show you it's fluffy? Like that? Ooh, Dan, put twerk music. Twerk. Twerk. One more time. Nice and fluffy. Ooh, 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 ooh. So here is our puto, and it came together fairly quickly. We hope you guys make this at home and try this recipe out. And if you guys try this at home, let us know. Tag us at pepper.ph. Bye! See you next time!